Good morning and welcome to another word for today. It is Wednesday already and just a few more Wednesdays before Christmas. And so my devotionals this month are focusing on the Christmas story. And today I'd like to just make this statement. God is working all things together for his good purpose. That's clearly told us in Romans 8, where it says all things work together for good for those who love God, who are the called according to his purpose. But I want to look at Psalm 37 this morning. Verses 3 through 5 tell us this, verses 1 through 5. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and feed on his faithfulness. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. It's a beautiful psalm. It talks about living in a world that seems like secular things rule the world. Sometimes like evil rules the world. But Psalm 37 tells us that God is in charge in spite of how things look. This psalm gives us some do not commands. Behaviors we must leave behind to find God's blessing and peace. Do not worry or be envious, is what verse 1 says. Let each day find you grateful for what God has given you. Do not be angry, vindictive as an individual, verse 8. Forgive as you have been forgiven. Practice gentleness and self-control. Beautiful psalm. But also this psalm gives us a lot of positive actions. I found this little article as I was looking at things about this psalm, and there are 5 things. Number 1, trust in the Lord. That's what we read in verse 3. Whatever bothers you, trust God to be able to handle it better than you can. Secondly, do good, is what verse 3 said. Life is about choices. Know that God will honor you when you do the right thing. Number 3, delight yourself in the Lord, verse 4. Fall in love with Jesus. Take time every day to sit quietly in his presence and learn to delight in him. Number 4, commit your way to the Lord. That's what verse 5 says. Trust all you do every day, all your life, to God. He is able to handle it best. And finally, the 5th insight, be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. That's what verse 7 says. This does not mean to do nothing. Rather, it means that after you have done all you can, you should relax in the knowledge that God will take care of the rest. Well, that blesses me today. I hope it blesses you. But it reminds me of one of my favorite verses in Proverbs chapter 3. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. So I remind you this morning of a Bible prophecy from Micah chapter 5. But you, Bethlehem Ephratah, though you are little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of you shall he come forth unto me, that is to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth have been from of old, from everlasting. That's the prophecy of where Jesus would be born. And so as we look at the Christmas story, we are reminded of the sovereignty and the supremacy of our God, and even that Caesar and his taxation are used by the Lord to accomplish his will. And I read from Luke 2. And it came to pass in those days that a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This census took place while Quirinius was governor in Syria. So all went to be registered, everyone to his own city. Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth, into Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be registered with Mary, his betrothed wife, who was with child. And so it was while they were there, the days were completed for her to be delivered, and she brought forth her firstborn son, wrapped him in swaddling cloths, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. God fulfilled his plan and his prophetic word, at the birth of Christ, even using a Caesar and taxation. God is working today in your life too. Don't worry. God bless you.